Today we are going to be learning how to make mini cheesecakes.
To make these mini cheesecakes, you will need graham crackers to make crumbs for the crust, unsalted butter that will melt, granulated sugar, 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature, a 1/4 cup of sour cream also at room temperature, vanilla extract, lemon juice, and an egg. We're also going to be using these 12-count muffin tins and this whisk.
To start, you want to put your oven to 350 degrees. So we'll let that preheat at 350. And then we're going to put our liners in our muffin tin. You're going to have 2 extra spots because this makes about 9 to 10 mini cheesecakes. To get the crust started, you want to start with a sheet of graham cracker, and you want to break these up. Takes about 5 to get to 2/3 of a cup. So I just put the graham cracker in a measuring cup and just mashed it with this large wooden spoon or whatever works for you until you get kind of crumbled up graham cracker. So for your crust, you're gonna start with that 2/3 of a cup of graham cracker crumbs. Just put those in your bowl. You need 2 tablespoons of melted butter. So I just put mine in the microwave for about a minute and let that melt. And then you need 1 tablespoon, TBSP, of granulated sugar. Just put that in there, and then we can mix it. I'm gonna use my whisk. And this mixture should be pretty sandy. It won't be anything smooth or anything like that. We just need to make sure that butter and our sugar gets mixed in. Now with our crust, we're gonna take a tablespoon and put about a tablespoon in each one of these cupcake liners and kind of mash it down with the back of the tablespoon to make sure that it's nice and firmly in there. And kind of mash it. And you can pretty much spread out any of the remaining graham crackers in whichever ones look least full. So now that we have our crust in our muffin tins, we are gonna put it in the oven to pre-bake for about 5 minutes. While our crust is in the oven pre-baking, we're gonna begin on our cheesecake filling. So the first thing that we're gonna do is use our whisk to mix together the granulated sugar and the 8 ounces of cream cheese. So first we'll put our cream cheese in the bowl, and remember that the cream cheese had to be at room temperature. So you wanna leave the cream cheese out before you begin to bake your mini cheesecakes. So we're just going to use this whole block of cream cheese. Try to get as much out as you can. And we're going to mix our cream cheese with a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. So once we have our cream cheese and our sugar, we're just going to mix it all together using our whisk. So while I was whisking, our timer went off to take our muffin tins out of the oven, and we can just set those aside until our filling's ready. So now that we have whisked until smooth and creamy, we're going to add our sour cream, vanilla extract, and lemon juice, and then mix again. So our sour cream, we need a 1/4 cup, again at room temperature. So I'll take my 1/4 cup, scoop out some sour cream. Put that in our filling. We need a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So here is our vanilla extract and our 1/2 teaspoon. Very carefully pour. Put that in our filling. And finally, we need 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. So here's our lemon juice in our filling. And now we mix. And anytime your mixture gets caught up in the whisk like this, you can just bang it out and keep stirring. So once we are pretty smooth and mixed, we're going to add our single egg. The egg should also be at room temperature. And make sure you scrape along the edges to get all of your filling mixed in. So now we are ready to fill our cupcake liners and our pre-baked crust with about a tablespoon of our cheesecake filling in each one. Now that we are all filled up with our mini cheesecakes, we're gonna put it in our oven that is still set to 350 degrees. We're gonna put it in there for about 18 to 20 minutes. We want the edges to be nice and ready, and then the inside be just slightly jiggly still. All right, once that 18 to 20 minutes is up, we're gonna take out our mini cheesecakes and set them up here. It's best to do it on a wire rack so that they can cool, but I'm just gonna put it up on the stove and let it cool for 30 minutes. After those 30 minutes, we're gonna put them in the fridge for a minimum of 2 hours. If you're extending beyond 2 hours, because you can have them in overnight and everything, you wanna make sure that they're wrapped when you put them in, but I'm just gonna put them in for the 2 hours, and then we'll see the final product. Here they are now. Still a little jiggly in the center, but everything else is nice and set. Once you take your mini cheesecakes out of the fridge after 2 hours, you can decorate them with different fruits and enjoy them with whatever you like. And there you have your mini cheesecakes.